I'm Sean, and I love music. Welcome to What's Spinning, my regular show, or semi-regular show, on what albums have been bothering my record player over the past month, or past couple of months. You know what it's about, let's just get straight into the albums. A double whammy. I was so thrilled when it was announced that these albums were getting repressed. Hail the Apocalypse and the Black Waltz by Avatar. Avatar are just such fun. Like, I can't think of any other way to describe them. They are enormous, bouncy, heavy, always inventive, always a bit madcap, melodic death metal, progressive death metal. I think like there's a bit of schlock rock in there as well, and these albums are both my favourite. I think I like Hail the Apocalypse a bit more. That intro riff, the first riff you hear, is just it's just such an imaginative use of a whammy bar. God, I would love to see these guys live. Avatar always put on an absolutely stellar show. Yum 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 yum. An album I am absolutely thrilled to own by a band that I absolutely love, and that's Asunojokei, A Bird in the Fall. I've been following these guys since about, I would say, 2022. Can't even pronounce the album that I first heard, but it's on the screen somewhere there. But they're just, they're sumptuous, devastating, atmospheric black metal from Japan, and they are just so good at what they do. Unique Japaneseness that a lot of Japanese metal has. It's obviously filtered through a lot of the mechanics that the second wave of black metal introduced, but it's just got such a unique bent to it. A beautiful, beautiful record, and I'm so thrilled that I finally own one of their records on vinyl, because they're quite difficult to get, and when you can, they're quite expensive because they ship from Japan. Absolutely, go check them out on Bandcamp. Go buy all their albums on Bandcamp. They are such a good band. That's A Bird in the Fall by Asunojokei. Brilliant and beautiful. I've only recently discovered these guys and I absolutely adore them already. I've got their forthcoming album on pre-order, but to tide me over, I say to order one of their best albums. That's Catafalque with Alfold. It's difficult to describe them. They are progressive, like there's a wee bit of a Celtic Frost at their craziest about them. They are definitely death, they're definitely black. They are like traditional Eastern European. There's a wee bit of Scottish in there as well. They're difficult to describe. They are definitely some kind of metal. If I had to give it a genre, I would call it awesome metal, because it's just fucking amazing. Their new album is due out soon. The date will be there. I am not even going to attempt to pronounce its title. I'll put it on the screen. But these guys are wonderful Hungarian avant-garde metal madness. I just love them. So good. Absolutely one of the greatest albums ever made, 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. Funny story, a guy I used to be friends with was also big into record collecting, and he was also big into 9 Inch Nails, and I remember it was his birthday, and for his birthday his partner had bought him a picture disc of The Downward Spiral, and he was overjoyed. However, one thing that he really disliked, and I kind of dislike as well if I'm honest, is picture discs that come in those clear floppy plastic wallets. Like, he's not big into that, and like I remember he was talking, he was saying, oh, this won't look as good in my record collection, blah blah blah, and me being 19 ciders deep, I was like, hey, I'll give you the wallet for my one. So I gave him the sleeve for my normal copy, so he had the picture disc in a new sleeve, and I have the normal copy in one of those floppy plastic sleeves. I was actually looking for And All That Could Have Been on Blu-ray. I don't know if that's a thing yet. It really should be a thing. Trent, get on that please and thank you. I saw they were selling this again. It's the 2017 remaster, and my God, it is so good. I mean, you could filter this through black metal production quality and the songs would still sound absolutely devastating and amazing. And much like the Fragile remaster, which I also own, it comes with this wonderful little documentary book. It's so good. It just gives you the background of it and explains everything that was happening at the time, what was going on with industrial music, where Trent's head was at. Oh, it's just so good and such a rewarding experience. That is The Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails. I cannot say enough good things about this record. It's just so bloody good. picked up Endtime Signals by Dark Tranquility. Guys, you know who Dark Tranquility are. These guys are a Swedish melodic death metal band at the absolute pinnacle of their power. If I could describe this album in one word, it would just be solid. Immaculately well performed, immaculately well produced. The songs are catchy and heavy. The vocals are absolutely amazing. Dark Tranquility don't really take any massive risks, but when you sound this good, you don't really need to. This is just such a concrete, heavy and amazing album. If you like classic Swedish melodic death metal, then this album will be right up your street. This is Endtime Signals by Dark Tranquility. Absolutely, go and pick it up. Let's get heavy. Every Bridge Burning by Nails. Some grimy, grotty, brutally heavy hardcore slash deathcore slash grindcore, just every kind of core so long as it's heavy. I know that Nails are kind of gone through a bit of a metamorphosis, and like it's almost like the ship of Theseus, where like none of the original band members are there anymore, at least I don't think they are, and it's a whole new band, but they still maintain that utterly granite thick, spiteful outlook, and it's just so good. My favourite track is lacking the ability to process empathy. It's just such a banger. Doesn't take up a lot of your time. It's there and gone again before you even know it. Every Bridge Burning by the mighty Nails. Absolutely filthy. And the album that has mostly been dominating my record player this week, and I actually posted a short of this, is Absolute Elsewhere by the phenomenal Blood Incantation. These guys are absolutely barmy, progressive death metal, and they've really gone progressive on this one. It is actually two mammoth tracks called The Stargate and The Message. It actually features Tangerine Dream, yes, that's Tangerine Dream on a death metal record. I particularly enjoy The Message, which is side B on the record. God, it just goes through so many different moods and different styles. Blood Incantation have been building up to something really, really special for a long, long time, and Absolute Elsewhere, I think, is their magnum opus so far. Blood Incantation, Absolute Elsewhere, guys, absolutely phenomenal release. Mwah! Been a bit of a heavy and grim episode this month, so to lighten things up a wee bit, we have The Last Flight by Public Service Broadcasting. Public Service Broadcasting are an absolutely lovely band. I've liked them since 2013 with their first album, Inform, Educate, Entertain. It was a mix of kind of indie slash math rock, but with a very, very heavy focus on sampling, particularly sampling from the Public Service Broadcast library. It was such an imaginative use of these samples as lead vocals that every single song told its own wee individual story. The guys have gone absolutely nuts on this one because they decided to do a concept album on the fated flight of Amelia Earhart. Sumptuous, and it's pretty, and it's beautiful, and it's kind of melancholic and kind of sad knowing what happened. This is such a wonderful listen. Like, it's one of those ones where you need to put it on from beginning to end to really get the full experience. But Public Service Broadcasting, you've impressed me yet again. So that is The Last Flight by Public Service Broadcasting. So one of my favourite modern black metal bands has recently released a brand new album. That is the rather wonderful Spectral Wounds, if you can't tell by my shirt. Absolutely lovely. I thought their new album's coming out. I've got it on pre-order. I should order another one of the albums because they're just fucking amazing. So I ordered Infernal Decadence? Infernal Decadence by Spectral Wounds. These guys are grim as hell. When people say modern black metal, a lot of people immediately get like an idea of what the sound is like, but these guys are just, they are cult to the core. They are bloody, they are depressive, they are thrashing, they're cold as ice, and this album is fantastic. However, as I mentioned, they did release a brand new album, and here it is, Songs of Blood and Mire by Spectral Wounds. This would have been my album of the month because it is just so punishingly good. Like, every song on this is just an absolute black metal banger. Can't say enough good things about them. If you feel that black metal has lost its way and you wish it remained in the grimy basement dungeon covered in snow and mold, then these guys are absolutely for you. They are absolutely breathtakingly brutal. My album of the month should come as no surprise to anyone who follows this show quite regularly. I speak about this band all the time. They've recently released quite a few singles leading up to the release of this album, and I just can't say enough good things about them. It is Die Urkatastrophe by the mighty Kanonenfieber. Absolutely amazing Germanic World War I themed melodic blackened death. It is just so good. The songwriting on this is incredible. Real brutal and real grimy blackened death metal, but every so often they'll chuck in like a melody or a riff that just takes you by surprise and hooks you into the song, pulling you in deeper. Mud Street, it's terrifying and it is such a wonderful record. I'm so glad that I've discovered Kanonenfieber. They have quickly become one of my favourite modern metal bands, full stop. That's Die Urkatastrophe by Kanonenfieber. They are just so good.